Here's what we've learned and what we've earned after 6 months on Airbnb.
And if you're new to the channel,
in July of 2021, we bought this house and we renovated it for about 3.5 months and then launched on Airbnb in November of 2021.
And we documented that entire experience, and we have a weekly vlog series about what it's like to own an Airbnb in the Joshua Tree area. So if you're curious about what we've made, if you're looking to get into Airbnb, we have nothing to sell you. If you're just curious about what we've made, we're doing that at the end of the video, so stick around. So let's get into it.
Deep cleaning is a must. We self-manage our property, so we come about once a month and do a deep clean where we just pull up all the rugs, get under everything, and just really make sure that the house is being maintained. Our cleaners really let us know what's going on in the house, kind of surface level.
It just allows you to look in places that your cleaners don't normally do, and it's your house, so you know if something's wrong, something's out of place, something's gonna be an issue in a month from now, you can see it. Being at your house and just taking inventory while you're cleaning has helped us out a lot.
That leads us to cleaners being the most important piece of your puzzle when it comes to your Airbnb. I cannot stress that enough. We had some issues in the beginning trying to find a great cleaner out here in the high desert. So you definitely have to weed through the weeds to get to the gems. It's a work in progress always, because maybe something is out of place or whatever, and it's always communication is key when it comes to your cleaners. And if you have a management company, don't even listen to this, because they're gonna be dealing with your cleaners. But if you are managing it yourself, that's like one of my full-time jobs is managing this house. So I'm always, Michael too, always in constant communication with our cleaners and them letting us know what's going on and just making sure that the house looks good.
Make sure you're over communicating to your cleaners. That was one of the things that we found, like, it's the littlest things, but they matter to us. It'll be on the vlog soon, but we had an instance where there was like a cracker that fell behind the coffee machine and it caused ants like all in the house because there was nobody in the house for a couple of days. Owning an Airbnb is owning your own business, and with that is managing employees in terms of like, hey, you need to do this. Hey, why aren't you doing that? And this was like the first incident where we came to the house and there was a bunch of things wrong that we had to call them and have a discussion and be like, we don't want to fire you. We like working together, but these things need to improve. In the long run, they ended up going through and making a physical checklist. They upped their game. Always be truthful with your cleaners. If something's wrong, tell them. Don't just hold a grudge.
And it's obviously it's the way you say things too, because it was very much like, we are so disappointed, you know, and that's almost worse than being like a jerk to your employee, you know, just work with them.
Although plants, like live plants, look beautiful in your house, they need a lot of love, and love equals gas, money, and time. And with the way gas prices are right now, like we have a fiddle leaf.
It's our second fiddle leaf.
It's our second fiddle leaf.
Plant. Oh my God, the fiddle leaf.
Like plants in the house and plants outside the house. Although your cleaners can kind of water plants if you need them to, I would suggest, and what we're going to do is move away from more like normal houseplants and moving to like cacti, because we are in the desert, so it works for our aesthetic, that need watered like once or twice a month, if that. Another thing we forgot when we were filming this video was that we put pothos cuttings in water and they maintain for a very long time. This is one way to put plants in the house and they stay green. They don't thrive and grow like they normally would in soil, but they stay green for a really long time and they look really cool.
Yeah.
Or use fake plants, invest in fake plants. It's so worth it.
I mean, Amazon.
Yeah.
Get a fake plant. For the first few months after you've launched your Airbnb, you're really relying on reviews and you're terrified of getting bad reviews, right? But there's a thing called bad guests, and they'll happen. And you're going to need to speak your truth when you have a guest that didn't follow the rules. That is a huge thing that we've learned. We've had a couple bad guests and we've given them decent stars as far as the review, and then within the review we say like what's up, what happened, so that other hosts know maybe we don't want to book them, or like caution when booking them.
Because we know we rely on, when somebody requests to book our place, we look at their reviews. And so at first we didn't realize how important that was, but now that we've had bad guests, we realize just how important that is. And just stepping your ego out of it, that's a big lesson.
Yes.
Removing your ego and just being like, hey, these are the things that, you know, didn't really line up with our checkout policy. Just do them in a nice way, because you don't need to piss anybody off.
If you need a vent, go to your journal or your best friend, not Airbnb like it's Facebook. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So dogs are going to come into your house whether you like it or not. And this is for our California and New York friends. We have gotten an abundance of requests asking, we'd love to book your house, but saw you didn't have pets. We have an ESA animal. If it's a certified service animal, absolutely no problem. ESA animal, no problem. But there is some sort of confusion and weird trickiness in the way people use the ESA animal. California, we can't charge for pet fees for a guest who visits with an ESA animal, and we are not allowed to decline the presence of an ESA. And where it gets kind of tricky is you're not allowed to ask for certification or anything like that. The two questions that you are allowed to ask are if the guest requires the service animal because of a disability, and what work or task the service animal has been trained to perform. So those are the only two things that you're allowed to ask, and we've had guests bring up the policy before, and we've always just said, you know what, that's fine. We don't want to exclude anybody.
Yeah.
But if people are just blatantly trying to bring a pet into your house, there's absolutely no way that you can stop it.
Yeah, because if you say something and they're like, it's ESA, they can like report you, and it just gets really messy.
Yeah.
So we had a lot of comments on our first month on Airbnb video about this. And yeah, California and New York, we're SOL.
Yeah.
And we have a dog. We love animals.
We love dogs.
But hair all over your house when you're trying to flip it if you do one night stays, it's a lot for cleaners.
Nothing against dogs, love dogs, but it's just such a slippery slope, and we've learned that it's just gonna happen. One of the things that we have run into is ease of use and how friendly it is to us as hosts having amenities at your house. So one of the things we recently did is like a plunge pool to the back of the house. It doesn't have a pump. Each guest is supposed to fill it up and then pull the drain.
Ease of use. They deal with it all.
Yeah.
We don't have to deal with it.
Yeah. But one of the things we messed up is we put a hose instead of putting the nozzle right over to fill up the tub. That's something we're gonna fix. We put up a shade sail, but the wind blew it over.
So bad here.
So there's just little things, like we put plants outside but didn't put in sprinklers. So if you're going to add all of these nice things, you need to make sure that you are set up so that you don't have to worry about them.
Because we worry about them.
And you don't want your guests to find dead plants when they pull up, or that there's, one of the things we found, there's just mud everywhere because the hose got away from someone.
Yeah.
So we have all these grand ideas, and I'm sure you as an Airbnb host do too.
But sustainability for yourself and ease of use for both the guest and you from home, ease on your mind is key.
Exactly.
During the first few months, we played around with pricing the house ourselves, and we kept hearing about smart pricing. We know Airbnb did it. But we just wanted to do it ourselves. I don't know. We really wanted to learn everything. So we did it, and then we did smart pricing, and it was horrible. It like dropped our price super low. We got booked for like $100 one night, and we were like, oh my God, that's not even like the cleaning fee. So we ended up going with Pricelabs. It's been great.
Thank you to your suggestions out there.
Yes.
In our 1 month update video, a bunch of you commented Pricelabs. So definitely use that because it keeps track of, and this is not sponsored, but it keeps track of everything and fluctuates the price. And I like that you can set like your average price, and then this is as low as I want to go, and this is as high as it will ever go.
And so it will check the Airbnbs, just in case you don't know what Pricelabs or smart pricing or anything like that. It'll check the Airbnbs in the area, what they are pricing at that are similar to your home, bed, bath, and then it will change the price.
It fluctuates with demand, how many people are looking in the area at that date, holidays, all that stuff. You don't have to pay the Airbnb fee. When we were originally signing up for Airbnb, there was like a recommended next to pay this fee for guests. And it's basically a fee that just goes straight to Airbnb. And we were losing out, like on one of our best months, like we probably lost like $400 or $500 from
just that
fee. And
just recently you looked into it, you were like, why are we paying this? What is this thing?
Mm-hmm.
Because there are all these fees for both guests that are booking and for us, we're like, what is all of this? Like at the end of the day, who's making money here?
Yeah.
So that was a way that we got our money back, actually, was turning that off.
Yeah, and the only reason I felt comfortable doing it was because I looked at a lot of other hosts and they didn't have that turned on. Just know, look at your pricing breakdown when somebody books your place, and if it's on there, you can switch it to only paying like 3% or something like that.
Where did you find it? It was deep.
It was deep buried. I had to go into like forums and stuff like that. If I find a link, I'll put it down below.
It's really important to reinvest as you go. And we could say we took home all this money, but we actually reinvested what we've made on the house, like as soon as possible. We wanted to get a cowboy tub and things that you don't think about, that you need a bigger washer and dryer. Mm-hmm. And those were 3 huge expenses within the first 6 months that we had to make, because we knew we wanted a cowboy pool in the heat. We just thought, okay, the guests are definitely going to want something like that. And then washer and dryer, there's so much laundry, you guys, so much laundry. Had to upgrade both our washer and dryer, and that was over $1,000 expense.
Yeah, a new washer is $1,000,
Yeah.
like a big one. Although you might think your Airbnb is perfect and you have everything you need, you never know. Stuff comes up, and don't be afraid to reinvest.
Don't overextend yourself
Yeah.
at first. Like revenue over ready was something that we heard from STR Academy or University on YouTube when we were starting out.
Mm-hmm.
So we kept that in our minds as we were getting the house done. Like obviously things are nice. Could we upgrade them? Yes.
Yeah.
Did we have 15 grand to spend on that upgrade? No.
Yeah.
So revenue over ready. We're going to make it look as nice and do as much as we can to get it perfect enough for Airbnb.
If you want to add things in the future, it'll only up your booking value too.
Yeah.
So like that's why we added a cold plunge pool in the back, because we knew that we would get more booking. That's the power of reinvesting, as you can up your nightly price.
Make the money back quick.
Yeah.
All right, so let's get into what everybody wants to know. Obviously, how much we've made.
Yes.
I wanted to know how much we made when we were doing this, so give it to me.
We're going December through May. In December, we made $3,187. In January, we had a great month because we had a long-term guest that stayed here like 2.5 weeks, I think. In January, we made $6,121.50. In February, we made $2,400. March, $3,858.
Sorry.
April, $4,469, and May, $3,962.
Hey, not too
Yeah.
shabby.
So that is for a grand total of $24,008.50.
Hey!
As an average, that's $4,000 a month.
It's pretty damn good.
It's not bad for an investment. We're not going to go into like our expenses, but our expenses are around $2,400 a month, mortgage, everything. So you can see maybe if you're interested in doing this, just the realisticness of it.
Yeah.
We're not trying to persuade you of things. Obviously, there's like insurance we have to pay every month. There's a short-term rental permit that you have to pay once a year. And there's different things like that that can eat away at your profits. But I mean,
It's not bad.
it's not bad. Yeah.
We did these numbers even without a hot tub. If we had a hot tub, it'd be even more.
We're competing against properties that do have them. So as soon as we add it, our booking price will go up and more bookings. Yeah. One of the biggest things that we really feel is, although we might be making an extra $1,000, $2,000 a month, one of our biggest things is we wanted to get into the real estate market in California. This was one of the only options that we saw, as everywhere is so crazy.
Yeah.
This has been 6-7 months now of us not paying the mortgage on a house
Yeah.
in California while it's growing and we're gaining equity. So we've been watching the comps in the area. We think, conservatively, with the upgrades we've done, if we wanted to sell it, we could make $200,000 more than we bought this for.
Yeah, at least.
Yeah, and that's $200,000 that we could use as equity to leverage something else if we wanted to do this again,
Or our own house.
Yeah, exactly. So although it's not like free money like everybody might tell you, it is
Worth it.
It's worth it. We're gaining value in the long run. It's a smart financial decision. So yeah, this is just our take on it.
So that's our 6 months
Yeah.
of everything that we've learned. We did do a 1 month video as well, our first month on Airbnb, what we learned and what we earned. If you want to watch that, you can go check it out. Again, we renovated this house ourselves. We purchased it last July. Right now when we're filming this, it's July. And if you guys want to watch the entire renovation process, it is on our channel. Buying it, everything.
Yeah, and we're still continuing to do updates on things we're doing around the house, because we have so many things that we want to do just to make the guest experience awesome and to bring you guys great content. So make sure you're subscribed, and we'll see you next time.